Okay. Sorry everyone, we had some technical difficulties. So due to time constraint, we're gonna skip the SEO experience part, and then we're gonna move to the live Q&A section. And the first question that I have here, okay, I'm just gonna read the questions, and you guys, any of you can answer the question first. Hi, I see some interns position are not the same as the candidate majors. Example major, computer science or marketing internship. Do the candidates choose the positions they want, or will the position be assigned by the SEO board? One more question: will the training be on the same time as the internship? I mean, the candidate will work. The candidate will interns at the company, then after work go to the training section. So I think like that person was trying to ask like what time the training section will be. Uh, uh, what time is the training section? Because they are afraid that that might be the same time with the internship. So anyone want to take over this question?
Okay, seeing this question kind of direct to me in P-code that computer science and marketing.
Okay.
So, um, uh, we do we do we get to choose the position? Yes, we kind of do. So in the application process, you are allowed to choose five. Was it five? Is it going to be five? Okay, five company with five different positions that you are wanting SEO to forward your application to in the case that you pass the second round. So, so in my case, I was a computer science, so I know that I won't stand a chance if I send my application to accounting firm because they definitely want some accounting experience. So I am my application toward like marketing position, some of it to business analyst, all that, and because those positions can look for people that have different kind of experience beyond just the what they study in school. So yeah.
Okay, so there's also the second part of the question about like what time the training will be. I can probably answer that question. Usually, the training portion I believe we have for the last summer, we have like 2 to 3 training section per week, and usually they're after work, so they're usually from like 6:30 to like 8:30 or like 7 to 9. Uh, Sometimes we understand that for you, usually the company will understand that you have SEO commitment. So the thing is you have to ask your employer first, like tell them that you have to go to SEO-V event this afternoon, like ask them you can leave like 30 minutes early than usual. Usually they will say yes, but sometimes I understand that it can get really busy. So if you can't make it, so you have to email us and let us know. Don't just do not show up and don't leave any notice. Like the important thing is communication. Okay. Uh, so that's for the first question. The second question is from who? This question is for chị Cát Tường. As I'm already interested in consulting, I'm wondering how your SEO-V experience has influenced over your current job as an analyst. Does it help in any way?
Mm, okay. Um, so yeah, I'm happy to answer this question just because I think SEO definitely was one of the factors that I decided to change my career. So as mentioned, I went to school for biomedical engineering. I spent my first 2 years in college doing biology research. Um, And I think SEO experience really, I interned at Siemens when I joined SEO program. I mean, definitely nothing. I mean, I interned kind of like business development, healthcare. So definitely there's something there that related to my background, but definitely nothing like super like, science or like engineering related. However, I realized that I enjoy that so much more, and I really enjoy being able to communicate the technical aspect and putting it into just PowerPoint, Excel, just be able to help the company drive processes or help them attract new customers. So after that, I decided to pursue consulting as a career, both consulting and kind of like a little bit banking. And I mean, if you know that a lot of SEO alumni, they work in like accounting, finance, consulting, banking. So definitely there's a lot of people out there for you to reach out. So just talk again for my current job right now. So I think SEO was a good stepping stone for me because I was able to get 2 other internships after I got back to United States. And that's feed into my current career now at Accenture. And I mean, it's crazy because right now I'm doing this stuff for full time, but a lot of the skill that I was able to pick up from SEO, such as, Excel, a little bit of Excel, a lot of PowerPoint, again, be able to present your thought in a very concise way. Let's say 5-slide of PowerPoint is very powerful. Is a good skill to have. So I think definitely the experience, go far beyond the years. So yeah, definitely, if you have other questions about consulting, definitely feel free to reach out to me.
Okay, thank you, Chi. And now next question. Okay, there's actually 3 of them. Regarding the SEO program, is the timeline for the internship program flexible? Can I start by the end of May and finish by mid-July? I'm not so sure like how flexible we are. I don't know. Any of you guys can address this question? Okay, Jay. Thank you.
So basically, the internship duration itself should at least cover the duration of the SEO program. So this is like a training program and speaker series, which usually is not finalized yet for this year, but last year it was from 13th of June to 8th of August. So it should at least cover that period. And for the other time, you can arrange it with the company. As long as the company agree to it, then we have no problem with it.
Okay. Then the second question from the same person, for the regarding the recruitment process, when does the final result come out? Cheng, you can probably answer this question too, right?
Yes. So it really depends. So is it like after the first 2 rounds when does the result come out, or like for the whole process?
I think you should talk about like for the whole process and like when, because I believe like the result come out like after second round you receive your results, right? Then you have to apply for companies, and that's like the different deadline depending on each company, right?
Yeah. So basically, I will just go through the timeline for the process. So basically, you apply now, and the application ends in 9th of January, and then we will mark it, and the results will probably come out around mid-February, around that time for the first round, and then you go for there will be an interview round that will continue probably into March, and when you receive the result for the second round, then you go on to the third round where you will pick the 5 choices for the firms, and then we'll send your CVs to those firms, and that process is gonna continue for the round 3 is continue until April. That's the general timeline.
Okay. Thank you, Cheng. And then this person also asked another question, and this question is directed to Anh-Hương. I would like to ask Anh-Hương about his marketing internship experience. What did you learn from it?
Okay. As someone who kind of didn't know anything about marketing beforehand, I find the internship really challenging, and I learned a lot from it. I had to read a lot to catch up to all the technology terminologies and all the technique that used in doing market research, and draft up a plan to carry out a plan to do marketing for products. And then because I was working with YOLO, which is a English education center. I mean, yeah, kind of center, yeah. So I get to learn a lot about the English teaching market in Vietnam, and I get to understand deeply about the need of the English education in Ho Chi Minh City during that years, and I get to meet up with a lot of good people in the industry too. Beside that, yeah, that's kind of wrap up all of it.
Okay. Thank you. And the next question. Uh, so this person have a question regarding the recruitment process. In case I go through the first 2 rounds, do I need to be present in Vietnam for the final interview with the company? Um, Anyone want to answer this question?
Okay. The short answer is that you don't need to. You just need to have a good internet connection to Skype with your future employers. Yeah, they will definitely Skype with you. Or you also need to choose a place that or a time, both a place and a time that is convenient for you and for them. And make sure your phone works as well, because during my Skype interview there was a technical issue, so we had to do a phone interview instead. But yeah, other than that, you don't need to be present in Vietnam.
Yeah. I believe that's what happened to me too. I did a phone interview with Horizon Capital. I didn't need to go back because I'm from UCLA, so school ends really late in like mid-June, so I didn't really have time to do interview. So I had to do interview via phone. Uh, uh, okay, so this person asked 3 questions. The first question, why essays are not uh, I think he's trying to say uh, why essays are not writing samples or like journal report, blog style post, or just cover letter. Uh, I think Jane, for the application process, I believe we have to write like short essays, right? 200 word each, and
Yes.
then we have to also submit a resume, cover letter, and is it also a writing sample?
And so basically, the CV is required, but I think there's a cover letter, transcript, and a sample writing sample, but they are optional.
Oh, okay. So the next question is from the same person, like why SAT? Does that mean College Board is looking for interns? No, I can. Look, we only need SAT. It's just like it's nice to know like the SAT score, but like if you don't have it, if you don't think your SAT score reflects your ability, then you don't need to show us. I think it's just that it's good to look at SAT score. It's just one of the thing that is nice for us to have, but if you don't have it, it's okay. And the next question from the same person. This is just because of my curiosity, but why are we all talking in English? I believe working in Vietnam requires participants to speak Vietnamese fluently. Does anyone want to answer this question? Uh, I think. Let me see.
Okay, I can take that.
Okay.
Basically, the program itself is there's no way it says it's limited to people who can speak Vietnamese only. In the past, I believe we have had foreign interns who can't speak Vietnamese joining our program. It's because even when you work in a Vietnamese firms, a lot of all of our training sessions, career talks, speaker series are in English, firstly, and secondly, many of the firms will have reports and writings in both Vietnamese and English. So that's why English proficiency is required rather than Vietnamese proficiency.
Yeah. I believe that is the case. Like if you work at an investment firm, for example, everything is in English. Like during my time at Horizon Capital, we like everything we communicate with colleagues using English, and then we write investment memo in English. Everything is in English. So I think like not knowing English is a bigger problem than not knowing Vietnamese. So don't worry about like your Vietnamese is not that good. The next question. I heard you guys were talking about how busy we can get during the internship. So what do you do normally? In other words, what will the schedule for the interns look like in terms of like training, speaker, group project? I believe Anh Mạn can answer this question for us.
Okay, so about the schedule of the internship and SEO activities. So the first thing you have to complete is the 8-hour per workday for your full-time internship, and going to SEO activity will not excuse you from working for your partner firm, and it's the first and foremost duty that you have to finish. Secondly, for SEO training and speaker program, it will be mostly outside of your internship work, and that means that when you finish the work at your firm, you can actually ask for 30 minutes early leave to go to a different location for the training or the speaker series, and it will take, I think, around 2 or 3 hours, and the group projects such as the business competition and the community service are totally depend on your time working with your team. So it's your team fitting in whatever time you can find, such as during dinner or in the weekend to come meet up and working for your group sessions. And for the internship, it's very different from firm to firm and from position to position. So I work as a project management intern. So I jump around from department to department to finish whatever project that they need finished. And sometimes for firms that you actually require to go to clients outside of Ho Chi Minh City as well. So it will depend on the firm and working around with SEO in order for you to be excused from some activity. And again, it will be busy, but it will be also very fun. And if you're good at managing your time, then you will definitely have a great summer.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like for a typical day, like I'm gonna give you my typical day at Horizon Capital Group. So I started working at around 8:30. So 8:30 to like 6 o'clock, 6:30, and then if I have another event, then that event usually lasts from like 7, like SEO networking event, for example. It will last from like 7 to 9. After that, usually I go back, but sometimes we have to work on the community service case competition. So sometimes we stay up till like 10 or 11. But it's not like always the case. So you still have some time to yourself, I guess. Okay. Let's see. I think this question is for Ji Cát Tường. I would like to have a question. Currently, I am studying in the U.S. I was taught to make just a one-page resume. Thus, I need to cut many activities to have it done. Does the resume for SEO application follow the same format?
So as I mentioned before, that we have applicants coming from different parts of the world. So definitely, there's no like just one typical format that we're definitely looking for. I mean, speaking from my experience in the U.S., even though like right now having a full-time job, I wouldn't be writing 2-3 pages of resume. I think that the key is that, and it's really how many pages is really up to you. I mean, I would prefer to keep it around one page, and just adjust the formatting. But definitely it needs to be able to highlight your experience, like your relevant experience when you apply to the program, right? So I believe that, I think maybe I don't know it anymore, but when you go to the third round, let's say if you apply to like accounting, financial services, then definitely maybe you can ask the recruitment team to see if you can actually like switch your resume to a more let's say more relevant to the position. But I think definitely for just our program, the first 2 rounds, again, we're looking for individual that show leadership. One thing, community service, another thing, and then if you have something else, then that's the third thing on your resume, and I think you should just wrap it up within 1 page.
Okay. Thank you, Ji.
Yep.
This next question, I think Chang can help us. Since this is the first year that SEO-V has a program in Hanoi, so what are the differences in the recruiting process? And like, I think we answered that part, but will there be like a different numbers of partners in Hanoi and in Ho Chi Minh City?
So for the partner firms, we haven't finalized yet, and the official list will only be released when you get to round 3. But I can say that the partners will most likely be different because a lot of partner firms in Ho Chi Minh City don't have branch in Hanoi, so that will likely they will likely not have an internship position in Hanoi. The final list hasn't been released yet, so that's all I can say for now.
Okay, so I think we have answered like almost all the questions that you guys may have. So again, we are doing a live Q&A right now. So if you want us to answer your question, please leave a comment on the YouTube section, and then we'll be answering your question. I guess since we have like about 10 minutes left, we're gonna wait for the questions. But in the meantime, I'm gonna ask everyone to talk a little bit about their SEO experience, I guess. So this question, I think this is a good question. How did SEO-V experience help you excel in the internship? Anyone can answer that question?
Which internship exactly?
Like your internships that you're doing. So this question is like they want to know like how SEO experience help you with the internship
During the SEO program.
during your SEO program. Yeah.
I think I can answer that because that really does help me a lot. So as I mentioned before, I was a freshman when I came into the internship and didn't really have much experience. So the technical part of the training really helped me a lot, and it runs parallel to my internship. So what I learned from the training session, I can apply directly into my daily internship, and that's what thanks to that, I can be more proactive and ask my manager to give me more things to do, more advanced things to do, and explore. So I think that really helped, and also the soft skills training as well is it not directly related to the the work you do during your internship, but knowing like problem solving or teamwork or all these kinds of things does really help you perform well in terms of like organization, time management, and all that kind of stuff. So I would say it really helped.
Okay, thank you, Chang. And okay, I guess we should talk about the community service case competition, because I believe each year is quite different. And last year the program is quite unique. So I guess we can talk. No, Tung can talk about the experience of last year SEO first, and then we can go back a little bit to see like how the community service project has changed.
Okay. Well, my year, I will give you a summary of what we did. First, we partnered with two organizations, which are both social enterprises. The first was Mekong Quilt. They manufacture quilt, which is like the bedding for your bed. And the difference is that they ask or they recruit the employees from the local people in Vietnam, and then these people, these women, will also they were needing a job, and the job that Mekong Quilt give them really helped them with their family. The second organization that we had was Weird Addition, which has a quite similar business model. They also went back and asked the women, the local women, to help them manufacture handmade products that they can sell to foreigners. So our main task was to help them improve sales by reaching out to potential partners or potential customers. And throughout our 3 months in Vietnam, we really had the opportunity to get to understand these people. We had visiting trips back to Vietnam and Cần Thơ to visit them, understand how they functions, and then with that experience, with that understanding, we went back to Ho Chi Minh City, our main location, and plan for how to help them in the future. So in the end, our groups, we had 10 in total. Our groups really came up with a lot of different plans, and we managed to reach out to companies and secure business deals so that our partners can generate sales. And yeah, we've done a lot through the process.
Okay.
And I enjoyed it.
Thank you, Tung, for sharing your experience. I think Chang can elaborate a little bit more about her experience with Vic Artisan.
Okay, so I was in the same year at Antung, but I did the community project with another firm, which is Artisan. So for that, we basically have to find new sales channel for the social enterprise, I believe. And we did go to their like site, their main site, and visit them. So I learned more about them. Basically, I think it was a useful experience in the sense that we have to basically call up companies, sometimes with cold call, sometimes through connections we had, or like emailing them. So we learned how to really come across as firstly a high quality firm producing high quality product, and also strike at their heart as their need. And through that, the first thing we learned obviously is like a sales technique through phones, through email, and secondly is how important is branding. Basically, when we sent out an email with just like words, not many people replied, but then we try to upgrade that. We create like a newsletter with nicer phone, nicer pictures, and it looked high quality. And then people actually would believe what we say and reply to us, either that they don't have a need now, but maybe in the future, or they want to talk more. So these kind of skills may not be directly applicable to the internship, because I did a finance internship, but as my mentor said at that time, it's a very useful skills for your career ahead, because a lot of the things that you do, especially in the service sector, is about sales. It's about selling your image to others. So I think that really helped.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. So Anman, you're a class of 2013, so can you share a little bit more about your experience of the community service project?
Okay, so the community service project that I did in SEO-Vietnam was with Lean Community Service, and our project was to create a workshop for the non-profit personnel in the in Ho Chi Minh City, and for non-profit personnel. And what we did was we first had to send out a survey to the nonprofit to see what skill do they want to improve through the workshop, and we identified that to be social media and power of persuasion, the pitching skill. And it was a really great experience because it wasn't so much as working with the nonprofit, but we go out with we network with a lot of managers and executives through our connections to ask people to be our speakers, and we try to make the workshop in a way that not only is helpful but also different from other workshops. So we make it as interactive as possible. We include some small games. We include the chance for the participants to practice the skills that they just learned in the workshop. And the nonprofit, they really need the soft skill, the power persuasion, the social media marketing, as much as a business need to, but they don't have the money or the resources to hire the professionals to do it. And so I feel like our workshop did a good job of imparting such skill and impacting the nonprofit in Ho Chi Minh City in a positive way. And afterward, when we try to do some interview feedback, I see that a lot of people really enjoy it, and it's really the amount of impact that you have on your project is the effort that you put in, and that was a great experience for me.
Okay, thank you so much, Anne, for sharing your experience. And I think we have the last question that we have is with the two program this year, one in Hanoi and one in Ho Chi Minh City, will SEO-Vietnam increase or like double the number of accepted interns? I think Chang can answer this question for us.
Okay, so for this year, we won't double the number, but we don't have exact number that we will hire now. It will depend on the quality of the pool of candidates that we'll receive. But I think the class size will roughly be the same as last year. So last year we accepted 59 candidates into our program. So maybe you can look to that as a reference. But there's no exact number that we'll hire yet.
Okay, thank you, Chang, for answering our last question. So we have come to an end of our webinar section for the 2015 SEO-V Summer Career Program. I hope everyone has enjoyed this section. Thank you so much for joining us. In a few days, we're going to send out a feedback form. We would love to have your feedback to make our webinar section even better in the future. So if you have any questions about SEO-V in general, the Summer Career Program specifically, please contact us via email at recruitment@seo-vietnam.org. There's also 2 other webinar sections that are going to happen. Chang, you know where that is? When it's going to be?
Okay, so there are 2 more. One is a UK webinar, and one is for Vietnam webinar. So each of those webinars will be more tailored to the area that it indicates, but a lot of the questions are going to be overlapping with this webinar. I think it will be most useful when you have a question just popping up when you do the process, the application process. So the UK webinar is on the 20th of December, and the Vietnam webinar is on the 27th of December. So you can look forward to that as well, if you have any questions.
Okay, thank you, Chang. And I guess thank you, everyone. Have a great weekend. I mean, I know many of you guys having final right now, so I really appreciate taking your valuable time to watch this live section. If you miss this opportunity, it's actually gonna be on YouTube, so you can watch it anytime you want. So have a good weekend, everyone. Bye bye.
Thank you.